I promised another PS2 game in my last review, and I delivered. This time I've gone with one of the less popular games of Sony's famous mascot, Crash Twinsanity for the PS2. Crash Twinsanity was the fifth entry in the Crash Bandicoot platforming series, after the fourth game, Wrath of Cortex, was a flop. The series was notably less polished and less fun to play after Naughty Dog removed themselves from the series, but Twinsanity is often credited as being the best post-Naughty Dog era Crash game. Sadly, this is only a one-player game, as being able to cooperatively play as Crash and Cortex would have been fun. The game starts with a tutorial-type section, which is fine as it's aimed to bring in a newer generation of players to the Crash Bandicoot games, but it also pulls at the nostalgia for older Crash Bandicoot players, as they bring back a lot of older enemies and make references to other games, like this skunk here.
Hey! Yeah, you! I've been doing this for 10 stinking years! Back and forward, and I'm sick of it! Well, I'm not gonna do it no more!
The cutscenes are probably the bright spot of the game. Not that the story's any good, but there's humor, references, breaking the fourth wall. They really tried to make the cutscenes as enjoyable as possible. You can't tell me Polar holding a baseball bat's not hilarious. Well, the game itself is fine, it's not too amazing, it's not too bad, but there are some fatal problems with this game that really hold it back from being a great game. For starters, the game doesn't save right. Yeah, you heard me. There are some serious problems with getting the game to actually save your progress. So there's an autosave feature that saves your progress when you come across these boxes, which the first time you reach a save point, it stops the game and saves. The second one though, the icon appears at the bottom and it looks like it's saving, but in reality it isn't doing anything. So then I manually save the game to another save slot, but it doesn't save your progress that way either. So the trick is, when you reach an autosave point where the game actually stops, you save, and then you save to another save file so that then the next time that you autosave it, it acts like it's saving for the first time. It's a huge pain in the ass, and I probably lost 2 hours of progress trying to figure this shit out, but after that, it's just tedious. On top of that, the game itself is kinda glitchy. I spent about 30 minutes on this one section without getting to a save point, which is fine. I usually just spend about an hour on a play session. I was expecting a save point soon, but then doing some normal actions with enemies, the game crashed. I mean, it is a Crash Bandicoot game, but I wasn't expecting that.
Oh my god. You really think this finally the best you got to offer? You really think you're funny?
What does your writing? Like a 12-year-old or something?
really has jokes.
But in all seriousness, a game that won't let you save and then crashing during a long stretch is just really infuriating. It infuriates me even more when, after completing the level that crashed, the level design makes it difficult to figure out where to go after that. I figured I'd just go through this little archway, but then I triggered the cutscene that got me into the sewer level in the first place. So I spent 30 minutes trying to reload save files and trying to avoid activating the cutscene again, and it turns out the door to the next area was behind the camera after I had spawned. I also took what I thought was a shortcut that took me back to the beginning of a level, and had to go back through the shortcut just to get back to where I was before. What lousy game design. That's it, I can't take much more of it. I'm sorry, I knew this wasn't going to be on the same level as the Crash Bandicoot games from the PlayStation, but this is one of the most broken games I've played in a while. I think it would be decent if not for any of the shortcomings, or even one or two of the minor bugs would be fine, but it's riddled with problems that no amount of Bandicoot charm can overcome. 8th episode in the books. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and if you like this review, check out my other reviews. See you next time.